There's good strategy, and then there's just downright insane strategy. And that is what we are going to see here. Welcome, YouTube. My salutes are going out to you. Whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, night, I don't know where it is or what time it is where you are, but I hope you are doing well, and thank you for coming back to the channel. JonSlow, an arena player, when he can play arena, is here in the blue, and he's going to show us something I was not expecting to see. His opponent is Tom A. Jerry, who I believe... I actually forget the guy's name, but anyway, he's a top 100 player. They both are in the top 100, and JonSlow, he normally is a player who does very well on closed maps. Now, with the recent update on Age of Empires 2 DE, one of the maps in the map pool was Alpine Lakes, and there's a lot of people who don't like it, and there's a lot of people who do like it. I feel like the higher rated players, and this includes myself, despite my farms, are not a huge fan of it, because it's one of those maps where you don't have a lot of food after you're starting sheep, and to get the food you need wood to make docks and make mills and whatnot to take the fish, but then there's no wood. So it's like, you need wood to get food, but there's not a lot of wood, right? And then there's a lot of hills and a lot of other garbage. So anyways, I think this was JonSlow's first time playing the map. He had never seen it before, nor had I before it was added in the update. And he is Persians, and Persian town centers, they have double the HP, all right? So you hear everything about Persians, about how their town centers work faster, about how they have those cheap crossbows, or those crossbows that only cost wood in late game. They have their paladins, they have their elephants, they have so many amazing things. But one thing they've always had is extra HP on their docks and town centers. And so JonSlow is going to think about something wacky here, which you've probably seen before, from a player named Rubenstock and Yupe and other YouTube uploads. Now, I actually, since we don't see a lot of arena nowadays, because players can't really pick the maps they want to play, sadly, I'm actually going to just say now, at the end of this video, you should definitely check out the Legend of JonSlow video if you want to see why he became a legend and just how creative he was and how good the games were on his favorite map, arena. But he's Persians, and Persians are a great all-around civilization. They start with a little bit more food and a little bit more wood. Their town centers work faster. Certainly can be good here. And Tom A. Jerry is Malay. And I'm going to talk about this from Tom's perspective. So, you advance 66% faster to the next stage, which is fantastic. But I think the big thing you want to shoot for here with the Malay is probably the fish traps. You will oftentimes see players docking these ponds, and it's a lot of wood, and then you have to make fishing ships, and then eventually fish traps. But if it gets to the mid-game, it's going to be easier for him to rely on a pond with fish traps, which is unlimited food for Malay, than it is for JonSlow to somehow find wood and make farms for food. But JonSlow, I don't know if it's because he's seen this map and he's sick of it already. I don't know if it's because he thought this through and thought about the fact that there's no wood. He's going to go for what's called a Persian douche, which is basically a TC drop. So you delete your starting town center in Dark Age, and you rebuild your town center next to the opponent. Now you can already see how Tom A. Jerry is working on spending his wood, right? So first off, he sees the scout. JonSlow's looking for the town center. He finds it. He loses the scout. But you have a dock coming up, you have a fishing ship on the way. That's over 200 wood invested there. Then you have houses, then you have palisades. And wait, what's that? Oh wait, he sees villagers? Oh, and he knows that JonSlow is Persians. So the way to counter this is to build a bunch. Well, first off, he wants to quick wall. Funny enough, the guy up against JonSlow is not fast enough. Now he needs to build palisades. Build chicken pox with palisades. Oh no! JonSlow could fit the town center. Yeah, you basically had the best counter to it. I guess you can attack with vills now, but the best counter to it, guys, is to do what he tried there, but he was very unfortunate. If you would have placed the palisade one tile further towards the pond, you would have won the game right there. And now he realizes, well, shoot, JonSlow's town center is going to go up. And now, remember, JonSlow's base, he just has lumberjacks, right? But he garrisons his town center, and now he's going to start shooting Tom A. Jerry's town center. Now, normally, it's going to be very awkward. But what you can do is you can repair your town center and go to feudal age on normal maps. But here, Tom A. Jerry, he's investing into fishing ships, which he should at this point. But is he going to run out of wood? It's possible. He doesn't have the most efficient lumber camp here. And guys, the other thing, which is what makes this strategy so brilliant on this map, everywhere else there's hills. So like, if Tom A. Jerry loses this TC, and he has to rebuild one, which inevitably he will, I believe, because JonSlow, he's going to be able to repair this, and he has so much more HP. Where would Tom A. Jerry build a new one? Could build it here, maybe? Build it here? I mean, you can't go down here, or you could. I think you could fit one there. So it's actually a fantastic map to Persian douche, or to TC drop on, due to the fact that there's not a lot of good areas for them to go with the next one. And this is the type of thing that when you're in Tom's position, you don't think about. You don't think about, okay, where am I going to build my new TC? Because you never expect to have to think about that. This is why Rubenstock and Rubenstock and Yupe have gone for this strategy for years, because players are not prepared for it. And if you can keep your town center producing while you do it, which JonSlow is doing because he's taking all of the fish, in fact, this is the best pond that Tom A. Jerry had available, then it's even better. So I don't think JonSlow is going to be having too many complaints right now. So I actually, just to be transparent with you, I watched the game up to this point, and I did not watch the rest of it, okay? The game was sent to me. I don't know exactly what happens, but I can kind of see where this is going, okay? I didn't want to spoil it. Sometimes I'll watch the whole way through, sometimes I won't. It's currently 1 a.m. and I drink coffee at 10 p.m. So I'm going to be up all night recording content for you guys. Man, the Hidden Cup grind before Hidden Cup has been unreal. Let's just say, I hope you guys show up, because we're going to have some awesome things planned. You gotta find time for the YouTube content as well, though. I hope you aren't falling asleep to this video, because this is something else. I can guarantee you that this is not very relaxing for the player. Alright, Tom A. Jerry has done a good job keeping his TC up. He has 5 fishing chips working here, which is great. A fish trap's certainly not in his near future. He doesn't have the food to go up. There's no boars on this map. JonSlow is just docked here and he's going to start fishing? I mean, again, where does Tom A. Jerry go with this? After the fact, after the TC goes down, where does he build his new one? Then he'll need to wait a lot for wood too. He's doing his best, but JonSlow has so much more HP. JonSlow's still at 3,200 HP, and now there's the message: can't repair out of resources. Can't repair out of resources. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't just tilt and give up here. Look at the score. I want to see him persevere, commit, and try and survive, but where do you go? don't want to build a town center on 5 trees. And also, it is possible if JonSlow had the wood, where he could just delete this and go for another drop, right? He still has 100 stone remaining. It's very risky, though. Honestly, this TC's good. It's almost... I would say it's better than JonSlow's starting TC, because it's closer to a gold, close to the fish. Okay, maybe... Do you try and save food here in Tom's position? It's weird. He really needs a new lumber camp for efficiency, but he never has the wood floating for a lumber camp because he's repairing so much. Look at this. So he needs one. He's actually kind of unfortunate. Like, if he could have found... No, it's just Alpine Lakes. He's not unfortunate. This map is just ugh. Where would you even build the lumber camp? There? I don't think he's ever going to be able to... Maybe if these 4 villagers stopped shooting and each have the straggler tree, that would be the difference. But JonSlow's still pumping out villagers. It's 36 versus 34 eco. Oh, poor Tom. Poor Tom. You can't say JonSlow's efficiency is too great either. He has these 3 vills. All of these... Okay, there's a new lumber camp for him. But for him, he's not under as much pressure to constantly repair, right? This is stupid, but it's honestly brilliant. And this is the perfect strategy to go for on maps you hate. Like, for example, no offense to any Black Forest fans out there, but 1v1 is not great for Black Forest unless your name is Fatslav and you like Viking Wars. So I If I ever get Black Forest in a ranked game, I always go Turks, and I just go super aggressive with a Castle Drop or the Fast Imperial. Because I figured I'm not a fan of the map, so if the game ends early, one way or the other, I get to move on to something else I like. And maybe this is the thing for Alpine Lakes now. Maybe you just go Persian with the TC drop. I really shouldn't be saying this publicly. Can this guy make it? Let's see. He has some food income. Can he make it to feudal age? He advances 66% faster, right? So it better be freaking fast. Okay, he did get a new lumber camp. That's good. I don't know why JonSlow built a lumber camp there. Chop the wood so Tom A. Jerry can't take it. Can he actually make it to feudal age? What a trooper. 5 more food. And then he advances super quick. Oh, 5 more food. Okay, just dropped it off. He's on the way! Is anyone else impressed? This isn't a stream, so I can't really like get live input from you guys, but I thought this TC was a goner a long time ago. Now don't tell me he's gonna lose it. Should be able to hold it, right? I figured with this lumber camp he's fine. Okay, he's going to stone. Okay, so he now wants to tower rush. JonSlow. You know what? It would have been worth it for him to dock over here. Like, dock and fish boom a little bit. With that much wood, 400 wood in the bank is a lot. What will JonSlow do then? It's possible that Tom A. Jerry defends from this night. I'm impressed, man. Alright, he's in feudal age. JonSlow does have more villagers. But you know, feudal age means you can build some towers. Oh no. Oh no, Tom just lost all the stone from that tower. He placed it, it had a little bit of HP. Oh no. Oh, it's a Vil fight now. Does this suit JonSlow or what? I'm not so sure. He is underrated micro. Don't tell him I said that, but... Okay, kills 2 villagers. This is actually taking the Vils off of wood. So, you know, you lost the 50 wood from the tower and the stone. Keep in mind that these fishing... There's no food left here. So he has no food income whatsoever now. As far as I know. He loses another villager. Yeah, JonSlow just continues to Vil rush. It'll at the very least take villagers off of wood, and then eventually he won't have the resources to repair the TC. That's exactly what's happening. This strategy is actually meta. And even if JonSlow loses Vils, at least he has a TC to create more. And I don't know where Tom A. Jerry would place his. This is ridiculous. Man, I really need to practice this. I want to get this down. Like, it makes so much sense when I watch it. Like, now Tom A. Jerry's like, what? What do I do? Where do I go? Makes so much sense. Like, the Vil fighting, had it happened earlier, would have probably put JonSlow in the lead, and he's on his way to feudal. I just don't practice this, because I actually know how to play. No, I'm kidding! This is ridiculous. For something so hectic, there's definitely some strategy behind it. And now, like, Tom A. Jerry, I've played him before. He is one of the more stubborn players that you will ever play against. So I'm really curious now what he does. This is like a low elo legend episode. There are 28 villagers trying to chop this clump of trees. He has a scout over here. He actually could have sniped a Vil or two, maybe. Okay, JonSlow has been diversifying his food eco a lot with mills. Again, I would prefer docks. But he certainly can't complain about having that much on food. That's some crazy food income. Where'd that wood... Oh, he's adding fish traps now. Okay, so that's unlimited food right there. That's good. It's slow, though. And you really need a town center. Okay, so now Tom A. Jerry is going to town center the corner of the map. JonSlow's in feudal age. And he might have the eco to soon go castle age. Looking at this. And he's going to add fish traps. And he has these villagers at home. Now, what's weird... I can appreciate the idea about villagers on shorefish and all that. But villagers don't automatically go to shorefish. So they added a map in the recent patch Or villagers bug on the resource. Or, look, like here, you can only get one vill on it. That goes idle. You gotta... I don't know. It just... The point is it's not quite as efficient as JonSlow might think. Which is why I... Again, this is just my bias from my experiences. I would prefer to go dock. Relatively close game, you could say. And I see Tom A. Jerry is sending a villager this direction. I wonder if he wants to place a dock there and go for fire galleys. He is on gold. He's gonna mill those fish. Alright. He just dropped off stone. Okay, he knows he has enough stone now. Is this a tower or is this a sneaky dock? It's funny, JonSlow added this dock and didn't do a single thing with it. He's adding a stable. So he could go scouts. He's also farming, so you have fish traps, you have farms, you have villagers. What's this guy up to here? Tom A. Jerry now adding farms as well. He found the spot. Corner of the frickin' map. There's still no huge signs of what is going to come from him. But he's also really far away from the next stage. JonSlow took that one pond. Honestly, JonSlow, if he sees this, he should just tower it. I'm surprised he hasn't checked, but he's going to buy a bit of food here and go up to Castle Age and go Knights, and then he'll have the stone. He could go Castle Drop. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Loses a villager there. I did see a weak villager earlier, so I guess the scout found it. Tom A. Jerry's no slouch. He's a quality player, so he, you know, he checks for the HP on vills and goes for the doinks. There he goes. JonSlow's on the way to Castle Age. This is actually working. Now we have a stable for Tom. I believe at this point Tom figures, I need something in Feudal Age, right? He's not thinking that his opponent's going to be in Castle Age, or at least he's hoping and praying that won't be the case. Okay, he is docking here. I like that, but that's for long term. Can he hold against any Castle Age pressure? Seems like the scouting's pretty good. This almost looks like auto scouting, though. I'm pretty sure this is auto scouting. Does that seem like auto scouting to you guys? It's auto scouting. We're thinking of adding an auto scouting emote for the Hidden Cup 3 main event. We notice someone's auto scouting. I don't know what that would be. JonSlow's getting armor. You would need a ton of spears. Spears with upgrades. You'd need 4 spears for every knight, I think, with an upgrade, either attack or armor, to hold. With the upgrades that JonSlow's going to have. Bloodlines and armor, you need a lot. That's so efficient food eco now. Still has some okay, a fishing ship there, fish traps, and then he has 13 farms. Unbelievable. Forced his opponent into the corner. Won't be very difficult to find him. Here come the knights now. Okay, so here comes that feudal age pressure. I believe the scouts found a hole earlier. Maybe it wasn't auto scouting. I don't know. JonSlow was just checking to see if there was a hole possibly, or maybe the villager was taking the long route. Nice job walling in those vills. He also walled in the villagers here. He's played very safe. We're sending another TC. Okay, and here we have it. So like I said, I think you need about... Wow, and tower defense now for Tom. But since the knights have armor and bloodlines, I think you need 5 per knight. Not 4 per knight. Yeah, see, it takes a while, but if you don't... Yeah, there's no micro there. And plus you got the armor upgrades, that's fine. But not if JonSlow just had scorpions or mangonels. Can Tom A. Jerry hold on? He's adding food eco back here. He's getting close to clicking up. He also has the fishing ships there, which... And he's also adding a dock here, so this has turned out to be quite a close game. JonSlow really needs to push, though. Really needs to get pushing. 1 or 2 mangonel shots, and he pretty much wins the game against those pikes. Or spears, rather. Not a fan of this tower. I feel like this is just a panic mode tower. Ooh, no. Oh, and he'll lose this dock. Something he probably should have lost a long while ago. That dock will go down, but Tom A. Jerry is on the way to the next stage. He has 16 farms here. He has access to stone, gold, and he has a bunch of spears. And he's going to be fishing over on this side. 60, wait for it. Oh, damn it. We were close for 69 population for both. So close. So close to being nice. But still, quality game. Like, just quality all around. Ridiculous. Can Tom hold on? If I was casting this live right now, I would say my respect goes out to Tom. And salutes in the chat. I don't think we'll have many people saluting in the YouTube comments. Maybe, I don't know. Here's a question for you guys. Would you consider me a streamer or a YouTuber? I'm curious. Like, if I had to be one, what would you say? I know, I could say content creator or something, but which one? See, I would say probably streamer, but I'm a man who wears many different hats. Just curious. So this is what you should do if you're in Tom's position. You need monks. It's kind of a long shot, but if you have 3 or 4 monks, convert a few knights, then those knights just turn around and attack the siege. Also, melee monks are pretty solid, so you can also get redemption to convert the siege. So Pike on its own is good in a fight, which JonSlow's giving him. That's an awful fight for JonSlow. You should never take that. Why? That had to have been a misclick. But yeah, straight Pike is good against the knights, but not against the siege. So you need something more. I guess you could go for defensive siege. Guys, JonSlow is expanding his economy right now. Is growing in the Ville lead. Sorry. Imagine if you could just see this here. But then again, I guess that Tom is going to need to expand and get fish traps out, which is 100 wood a pop. And the other ones being useless over here is a pretty big loss for him. Alright, JonSlow's pushing in. This reminds me a lot of an arena rush or a Huang rush. The towers are melting. Maybe if guard tower was here, it would be enough. JonSlow's repairing. Red needs a few big Mangonel hits here. He needs to go for it soon. He pops out. He gets one, and unfortunately, that's just it. And now I didn't like these towers because they're now at the bottom of the hill or on the downward slope, so they'll just melt. Yeah, that hill bonus really paying off for JonSlow, and the Mangonel's really paying off, and this is a desperate move from Tom A. Jerry. How good has JonSlow been with the conversions and repairs here? The monks were healing, the pikes go down, the barracks could go down. Oh! And I don't know if he can take credit for that one, but his units instantly react, and Tom A. Jerry taps out. Is this the new meta for Alpine Lakes? Like, Red did not play bad. No offense, YouTube. Whether you think I'm a streamer or a YouTuber, I appreciate you, but you would have died to that much faster than Tom did. I would have died to that much faster than Tom did. What do you do differently? Normally you'd say get food and go feudal, and then when you're in feudal age, adapt. He tried that. He had a dock, and he had Malay fish traps. There's no berries, there's no hunt, there's no boar. That would include, like, you know, that's obviously hunt, but at the point that JonSlow arrived, he had some turkeys and fish. Imagine if JonSlow would have just towered the fish a bit earlier, too, or denied this from happening, which, you know, that's asking a lot. But it's so, your economy relies so heavily on having wood, and it's so inaccessible on this map, that this strategy makes sense, because you put your opponent's wood income under pressure. They're using thousands of wood or hundreds of wood to repair, and then you can choose where to chop wood yourself. You're not under as much pressure to repair all the time because you have extra HP on your town center. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I don't know what the YouTube title's going to be yet, but my goodness, that was special. 32 units killed for JonSlow. Look, he had more food. Tom A. Jerry actually had more wood, but the fact is that he just wasn't in the right position anymore. That's the other thing. Position. It's not like you can build the TC in the optimal location. You're at the bottom of a hill. There's no way around that much. Right? There's no way around being at the bottom of the hill. I mean, if you town center up here, you're dead. You know, there's got to be resource. So if you're going to expand any bigger wood lines, it is going to be at the bottom, which then will leave JonSlow on the hill to pressure downhill. I mean, it's brilliant. It's brilliant if it works. Really can't get over this, but I guess I've got to say goodbye. I have things to work on, and I hope to see you guys again soon. There's 78% of the map explored by Tom. He did good. He did good. Look at this. He had all of that economy. JonSlow just pulled it back, and the stronger Castle Age did it for him. I am shocked. I am speechless. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that jazz. And make sure to check out the Legend of JonSlow video if you haven't already seen that before.